They say war is fought with guns and bravery. But what if, on the edge of defeat, a battle could be won with brushes, balloons, and deception? What if the most powerful weapon against tyranny was art itself? It's 1944. The world's heart beats full of fear and hope. And as Allied forces race across the fields of Europe, a secret unit moves just behind enemy lines, disguised, overlooked, and utterly improbable. This is the story of the Ghost Army. They were not warriors in the usual sense. They were painters, sculptors, sound engineers, young men fresh from art school, magazine offices, and theater stages. Yet their mission was deadly serious. Convince Hitler's armies of entire battalions that did not exist, and keep thousands of real soldiers safe. The project itself was classified. Their very names vanished from official records until years later. But their weapons, those were worth a second look. By day, the Ghost Army inflated rubber tanks and trucks, full size, rolled them into fields where spies might be lurking, mimicked the tracks with dozens of boots, and painted insignia on fabricated jeeps, all meant to trick aerial reconnaissance. By night, they staged sonic drama, recording the roar of engine columns bursting onto vinyl records, blared the sounds through speakers so powerful that they echoed for miles. Entire German divisions were convinced massive Allied forces were gathered in places where only a handful of men stood guard. Imagine an army made of shadows and whispers, moving with the moon, protected only by hope that the ruse would hold. For the young artists, every morning was a gamble. Would the enemy see through their show? Would the illusion, made of air, canvas, and creativity, hold back the ruthless might of Hitler's advance? There are stories, ones whispered and barely believed, of a German reconnaissance plane circling overhead, reporting 5 tank battalions parked where none existed, of whole units frozen by phantom artillery, turning away from a battle that was never actually there. What made their deception so brilliant? It was more than trickery. It was empathy, an artist's unique ability to capture the enemy's mind. They painted fear, molded hope, and projected courage, all to protect others, to guard against bloodshed. Today, experts look back and marvel. Could art truly rewrite the course of history? Some say the Ghost Army saved tens of thousands of lives by sowing seeds of doubt in the enemy's mind and turning battlefield certainty into chaos. But censorship and secrecy were their shadows. When the war was over, these artists returned home, silently, with medals few recognized. Many could never tell their loved ones what they'd created in service to a world on edge. History offers no easy verdict, only the certainty that for weeks and months, art stood alongside arms, and together they shaped the fate of nations. So the next time you see a painting, a melody, a set piece brought to life by imagination, think of the Ghost Army, of brushstrokes bold enough to defy an empire, of illusions so convincing they held back war. Their story leaves us with a question that lingers. What else in our world, quietly hidden and overlooked, may have changed the course of history through creativity and the courage to dream?
Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure.